Yes, hi guys, thank you so much for coming back to this channel. Remember, sorry, it's Mix trying to give you a very important updates. Yes, let us try to talk about what we call the residence permit in Qatar. Yes, most of you have been asking a lot of questions regarding to what we call the residence permit in Qatar. Remember, it's the only document that entitles you to live in the country or to work and live in the country. Yes, most of you will agree with me. We are here for what we call work sponsorship visa, or what we call work sponsorship jobs, or work sponsorship. Yes, to other people may be here under what you call the family visas, under may be here on what you call the student visa. Okay, in all kind of situation, in a scenario, they are called what you call residence permit. However, each of these residence permit you find has its own requirement. Yes, if you are coming to Qatar, in this case, let us try to talk about what we call the employment-based residence permit. What is an employment-based residence permit? Is that residence permit that is being given to under what we call the work visa sponsorship, when you are being given a visa to come to work on what you call on a sponsorship basis under a given company or a given sponsor. Yes, you find that the process of sponsoring, or what you call the sponsoring, what you call the residence permit by that typical sponsor, it will involve a series of what you call the documents that definitely you need to submit, or documents your sponsor needs to have. Yes, one of them is what you call the job offer and what you call the employment contract. It is one step that needs to be given to show that these people need your services in any way or the other. Then he will give you the ones that he will have what you call a formal job offer, and what you call after it will have a contract that definitely both of you will accept to sign and agree on what we call the terms and conditions. Then we look at something that is called what we call a work visa that has to be provided to you for you to come into the country. And normally this work visa takes a period of 30 to 90 days. Most of you will agree with me, you come on what we call a typical work visa. But remember, it cannot begin. The process for you to get what we call the residence permit has to be completed in what we call the 30 days, according to the ministry or according to the Ministry of Labor. Right now, we look at something else you need to understand is the documentation is what we call the medical. You are going to go under what you call the medical fitness test to see that you are either eligible to live and work in the country. Most of you'll agree when we talk about medical fitness tests in these Gulf countries, it will involve a series of what you call checks that has to be done on you. And some of these very important checks that definitely we cannot have to underestimate is what we call the chest checks, or what we call the chest x-rays, and even other DNC, where we have the other infectious diseases that definitely we may incur that definitely they need to check, because they need to verify and know that you are truly eligible to live and work in the country. Most of you will agree, those that have failed what you call, most of you will agree to me, most of you who have failed what you call medical fitness tests in any way or the other, you find that yourself, you've been returned back to the country and in that kind of procedure. Then something else you need to understand is what you call fingerprinting and biometrics that has to be done, and your fingerprint biometric data has to be collected before you can have what you call the residence permit in any way or the other. Then something lastly that definitely should understand is what we call submission of those documents. Once your employer finishes up all those formalities, he will do what we call document submission, or submit what you call your documents, and the employer to the relative authorities, or what we call the Ministry of Interior. The Ministry of Interior will be available, or the Ministry of Interior will be responsible to print what you call your residency permit. However, something that definitely you should also understand, what are those documents that have to be submitted to the Ministry of Interior to make sure that it can print for you the residence permit, or your sponsor must print for you a residence permit? One of the documents is what we call the passport copies. Then we have what we call passport size photos. Then also what we call completed application forms that have to be filled either online or have handed on what we call hard copy. Then also what we have is work visa. After submitting work visa, also what we call the medical test results, and those medical test results have to be submitted. Then at the end of it all, see, it will be all collected and captured. Then they will print for you what you call the residence permit, and you'll be eligible, or you'll be eligible to work into your country. Hope I've tried to share something for you, and hopefully you've